Imagine buying your kid a toy only to find the batteries aren't included, or buying furniture but it's missing the tools to build it. Frustrating, right? Now imagine that exact same feeling, but you're paying way more. That is what buying business software usually feels like: fragmented, disconnected, and incredibly expensive. Odoo completely changes that. Odoo is a complete, fully integrated business suite where all your apps actually talk to each other. We're talking automated lead routing for your sales team, seamless AI integration, and an intuitive point-and-click website builder. It's everything your business needs to scale, saving you time, headaches, and money. Stop piecing your software together. Go to odoo.com. That's ODOO.com to learn more.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the 10-Minute Marvel Podcast. And this will be kind of a boring episode. Not much has happened in the world of Marvel in the past 2 weeks. I covered all the news. I guess a couple episodes of X-Men 97. There's some convention that's coming up this upcoming Saturday. And they dropped a new trailer, but I mean, it wasn't one that we were waiting for.
Boring.
Yeah.
That's all boring, Petter. What are we even doing this podcast for today? I don't get it.
I know.
I got better things to do.
Why weren't you at the lake this week instead of last week when we had all those tiny bits of news that I covered? All right. Of course, we're going to be talking Doomsday trailer, San Diego Comic-Con, Hall H happening a week from, less than a week away, 5 days. And, yes, X-Men 97 episodes 4 and 5. Since we didn't talk about them last week, Rise of Apocalypse Part 2 and the Weapon X one. Plus, of course, the news and rumors to talk about. I'm your host with all the inside scoops from the Doomsday trailer, Petter, and co-hosting, as always, the man I make write all these scoops for me.
Yep. And I do a bang-up job. It's Greg, everybody. Thank you for coming back. I'm happy to be back. I had a little bit of a hiatus there at my cabin. It was lovely. But thanks, Petter, for covering for us. It was like old times for you, I suppose, huh? Old times,
Yeah.
Just you. Yeah.
It was basically 10 minutes, so.
I like to be, the other 50 minutes of the podcast. It's I talk too much, obviously. Well, anybody let's see here. Hold on. Getting my intro ready to go.
1 week off, and it's a disaster already.
I mean, I just got to stay par for the course, right? Yes, he's nodding his head yes. If you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channel, 10-Minute Marvel over there. Give us a like, thumb smash that subscribe button. You can find and follow us on Facebook and that other thing with an X, hashtag 10-Min Marvel. Ooh, I just got a message. And of course, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. Petter, we got a lot to talk about. Let's hit that news.
All right. We are definitely jumping in on rumors first here, because a lot of the news ties directly into our 3 topics for today. So first off, X-Men casting rumors. This one has Cooper Hoffman as Cyclops, Bill Skarsgård as Professor X, Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, and Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister.
Wait a second. Adam Driver is Mr. Sinister. Okay,
Yes.
Is there other news or other rumors we're going to get to later with that?
So there's the Kevin Feige interview. Is that what you're talking about? Where he talks about how basically it's the annual tradition to hop on a Zoom call with Adam Driver, pitch him a character, and then eventually Adam Driver says no?
Maybe. I just had heard that Adam Driver was looking, or there had been talks of him for a different role.
That has been mentioned as well. Yeah, why don't you talk about that role?
So supposedly, and this is, again, it's rumors. We're in the rumor section, of course, but Adam Driver as Magneto has been the talk of the town. Nobody's got I don't know where that really came from. Uh,
I think I think based off of Kevin Feige's interview, and this will touch a little bit on with San Diego Comic-Con. I think based off of Kevin Feige's interview, I would put it a 75% chance that Adam Driver will be announced for a character, X-Men character at San Diego Comic-Con.
I okay.
Based off of what Kevin Feige said about like joking about how Adam Driver always says no, but they ask him about a different role every year. I think that we're in the just toss stuff out there to keep people distracted so they're not picking up what's actually going to happen at San Diego Comic-Con.
Sure. I mean, that would make sure. I would agree with that.
Yeah, would you prefer him as Magneto or Mr. Sinister?
Sinister, I
Same.
think. Yeah. I mean, it's been brought up a few times to me, and every time I'm just like, I just it doesn't click for me. So,
Or
um,
Magneto?
yeah, for Magneto, it just doesn't click. So,
Yeah, I'd be fine with him as Magneto. I don't have any real qualms with that. But like they talked about in New Rock Stars, um, get a Jewish actor if you're gonna
yeah.
keep Magneto's Holocaust story and kind of that origin.
Yeah, that's a tough part of this.
Mhm.
I don't know what you do with that origin story. We're really kind of far away from that time
Mhm.
period. So,
You'd almost, yeah, you have to pull him out of time somehow. Maybe, maybe kind of like the Fantastic Four universe is offset time-wise. He comes from a different universe that's offset time-wise.
yeah.
Or like they travel through a wormhole, time dilation, all that jazz, and they pop out in the present. So he still has the same history, like history of Earth was the same up to that point, but now he's just dropped into a more modern setting.
I'm not a fan of that. There's also been kind of talking about, will they have mutants kind of or him specifically just take longer to age? And so
Yeah, well, I mean, and he does in the comics.
yeah. So that's an easy route. The
Hmm.
time like the different Magneto, it does kind of works. I don't know.
Especially if he comes across through like Battle World.
Right.
I think that's a way that you can explain some of the timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff that they're going to have to do just with the Fantastic Four even as well.
Right. Who are some of the other ones you'd mentioned?
Bill Skarsgård as Professor X, Pennywise the Clown.
Yeah. It was like, mm,
He's a real good actor. Like to be
right.
able to pull off Pennywise the way that he does, I
Yeah.
think that I think he's an actor that a lot of people would look at it and go, I don't know about him for this role. And then he would get in there and surprise everybody.
Yeah, I don't think I doubt him in that role. I think I just kind of neutral on that one because I know he's a good actor. So
Mhm.
it just isn't my first thought, I guess.
Yeah. Uh,
But
Honestly, it's tricky to come up with what I would say be a non-older actor to kind of play Professor X. And I think it's going to be that late 20s, early 30s.
yeah, because the other person that was kind of being talked about, I'm trying to remember his name. Ooh, I'm trying to think of the last thing that he was in that people know him best by, and I'm blanking. I'm blanking.
Oh,
Um,
I
oh,
enjoy this awkward silence.
it's all right. We just cut it out. So
Yeah, yeah.
keep being silent. Hold on.
But as you're finding that, then, I mean, Sadie Sink is the obvious one. A continuation of that and that sets the age that you kind of have to look at for most of the X-Men characters, that early 20s in terms of acting. And then Cooper Hoffman as Cyclops. Cooper Hoffman, if you're not familiar with him, I am not, has been in stuff like The Long Walk, Licorice Pizza, Old Guy, I Want Your Sex. Those are the top four that
Wait,
Google.
was that last one a movie? Okay.
That last one is a
That wasn't a personal feeling. Got it.
no,
Just
no, that
checking.
was just a movie. He's
Okay.
only been in seven different roles, so a new guy.
Um,
I could,
sure.
yeah, I could see him. Looks wise, I think definitely makes sense.
Maybe. It was Patrick Wilson was the other
Okay,
Professor
Patrick
X.
Warburton, got it.
What?
Yeah, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, he was in Aquaman. He
Hmm.
was what's his face? I'm really good at names today. Ocean, Oceaneer? No, Ocean Man. No.
Yeah, I think there's basically no chance of Patrick Wilson for Professor X. He is 53.
Patrick Wilson is not 53.
Patrick
Really?
Wilson is 53.
Oh
Greg.
man, he looks good for 53. Good for
Yes, he
him.
does. Also, this goes back to your ability to tell any sort of time.
I
It's bad.
yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna
I
do?
mean, the fact that you probably think it's 1993 means that he is only 20 in your mind.
God, if it was 1993, so great. So many less responsibilities. Maybe that's why I just so badly want no responsibility again in my
Mhm.
life. Those are the days. Yeah, I literally cannot think of what the guy's his character's name was in Aquaman, but I don't care anymore. So I don't mind him, but yeah, I don't I think is he a little bit too young? Yes, but he doesn't, I mean, he doesn't really look it. 50. Hey, 50 is like the new 40.
Is he a little bit too old? Is that what you meant to say?
What
Instead
did I
of,
say? Too
is
young?
he, yes,
Oh no, I meant too old. I don't know why I said
this.
too young.
Yeah. Folks, you see what I have to deal with trying to make a professional podcast.
There's nothing professional about this.
Absolutely not.
I
Next
try my
room.
best to keep it, unprofessional. I think that's where the money's at.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
All we're rolling in Aldi money, folks.
I think, yeah, you still owe me for that quarter.
Armor Wars to be reworked into a new Iron Man movie in the next MCU saga. This rumor coming from James Mackwell.
That, that's,
Is it just gonna let it die?
I mean,
That the best answer?
probably best at this point. I just feel like they've done Rhodey so dirty that it's best that he just kind of does the Homer Simpson in the bush where he just slowly walks backwards and you kind of just
Yeah.
disappears.
Yeah, and I mean, I think with this rumor too, you'd have to assume, and maybe it'd be wrong, but I would assume that that means they're recasting Tony Stark.
Yeah. I really was excited about Armor Wars and just the possibility of what could do with it, but now I'm just I don't know. I don't see past it feels like more mutant stuff is really more important. I just can't figure out what they want to do with the Avengers side. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. So,
I mean, I think if they're going to reintroduce, reestablish some of the characters here, if you're looking to be like, okay, there's a new Iron Man, let's say there's a new Steve Rogers actor, yeah, put out some kind of one-off movies. I mean, it's classic comic book style for sure, where every 5 to 10 years you relaunch the comics and then you hop back in, give readers kind of that clean spot to jump back into. And honestly, after Secret Wars, it might be time in the MCU to do that. To do that kind of, hey, here's the relaunch point for people who haven't been watching for so many years.
yeah. I mean, to get them sucked into the mutant stuff, I think something that they could easily do, which gives them a little time to,
So build other characters,
yeah,
rebuild, reestablish.
let Avengers side breathe a little bit, maybe.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
then you still got, yeah, new Avengers. So I don't think you're gonna just drop those guys.
yeah.
But
Though, like they're talking about new rock stars. How many of the new Avengers could end up dead at the end of Doomsday? Like Red Guardian,
mhm.
Ghost, Bucky, even.
And they don't get to come back.
Well, I mean, Yelena definitely. I think Yelena is a character that they probably want to build some stories around and stuff like that because
Right.
Florence Pugh is that good an actor.
Hmm.
But
How do you
you're pro-
not bring those guys back though? Like, even though, like, I agree, I think that they would probably want to leave some behind out of that crew. But how do you do that?
you
Or
they
do they
die.
just hang up their suits?
No, they dead.
Yeah, but
Greg, you have to
I'm
raise the
I'm
stakes.
anticipating Secret Wars to like kind of like reset things, and all these people are gonna. It's kind of like the snap. They're gonna undo the snap and
Mhm.
wish everybody back, and you
But
just don't have them.
I think the difference is like undoing the snap was a very specific thing to a self-contained universe, and the Russos have talked about how kind of Infinity War and Endgame were the end of a story, like wrapping up story, whereas Secret Wars is supposed to be launching into something new. And I think, yeah, you leave characters behind. You
Which, I mean,
you give,
you totally
yeah,
did.
and because you're introducing a whole lot more in terms of characters already. So
Yeah. I mean, it just could be the we're not going to talk about it kind of thing.
mhm. We're
Which,
not going to talk about it, or Franklin, who, however, the universe restarts at the end of Secret Wars. It isn't done perfectly, sort of
sure.
thing. Like Loki was still dead, Heimdall still dead because they weren't killed by the snap. They
Yeah.
were killed by Thanos. So it's like, okay, if you don't even make it to Battle World, does that just mean like, okay, Franklin didn't know you? And this is all based off of like Franklin's the one who's restarting everything. So he didn't know you. You're not added back into the world.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying to think, is there any exceptions to that in the story? I thought, Johnny and Sue, but that's no, they made it. They made it, but they didn't, Reed didn't know.
Hmm.
Yeah. Again, it can, they can play it however they want, obviously, but it could just be we're not going to just mention it. Or, yeah, if they didn't make the battle world, then
Yeah.
they're gone.
So last rumor here from Cryptic 4K Qual. Endgame. So the re-release of Endgame, rumored to have about 7 minutes of new footage. So new kind of intro to the movie. I don't know what that would look like, kind of what scene they would add towards the front of the movie. A couple of bonus scenes. So I'm assuming this is stuff that was maybe shot for Dooms or for Endgame that they hadn't used, put it back in there. Like the fight scene maybe is a bit more expanded or something like that.
Oh,
And then
really? I thought they were going to really just do like brand new stuff. Like,
no, not. I mean, the rumors haven't been very specific on that.
what happened?
But
I'm trying to even remember how the beginning of Endgame started. Was it Tony and
Gamora, or not
no, was
Gamora,
it
Nebula.
Nebula out in space?
But it was either that or it's Steve and him going to the like running kind of the support group.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
that's both of those are very early on. And then Nat kind of leading like some of the missions, talking to folks.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what they'd add there, but then the final bit that they would add, which I would assume would be a couple minutes out of this 7 minute time, would be an end scene that would link directly into Doomsday somehow.
Yeah. Probably. I'll find out. We'll find out
Yeah,
maybe.
we'll talk about it when it hits theaters. Probably plan on going to it.
I gotta watch it again. It's been a while.
Just regular Endgame and then
Yeah.
extended Endgame.
Yeah. That'll help
So
me
we can,
remember
yeah.
see the new editions because I may not catch them
Hmm.
if I don't.
So let's move on to the news here. And I'm going to try and kind of keep the news focused on areas that won't overlap with some of our other topics here, and then just kind of launch into the other topics from that one news piece. But Kevin Feige was asked a question basically like, okay, has anybody been signed on for the X-Men film? And this was part of a Josh Horowitz interview. And he said, not necessarily, which is a very non-answer to it.
Not necessarily.
So to me, that could mean a couple of different things. One, yes, somebody has signed on for it, and we're trying to keep that under wraps until we announce it at San Diego Comic-Con or something like that. Or it could also mean that we have signed some actors to play X-Men characters, like Sadie Sink with Jean Grey, but we've signed them to play characters, X-Men characters, before the X-Men film. So they haven't been signed on specifically for the X-Men film.
Right. That's where I'm at with it. I'm
Yeah.
thinking she's kind of on a Sony picture right now / Marvel and
They want to keep it under wraps the
yeah.
best they can. I made air quotes with my fingers down below the camera level, but for the majority of the movie going audience, I won't say the majority, but for a good chunk of the movie going audience, it will be a reveal that she
Mhm.
is Jean Grey, if she is Jean Grey and not Shathra.
totally Shatra.
Next one, Hollywood Reporter, Doomsday runtime of 2 hours and 46 minutes. So almost, I mean, it will be 3 hours with sitting in the theaters, like, and previews.
It's gonna be a long one, which I'm excited for. I plan on bringing my kids maybe a day or so after the release. So I'm thinking, do my kids have the attention? I mean, they have the attention span, but that 3 hours, that's a long one, especially when you have previews ahead of time.
Now, we did. So with the trailer coming out today, they did release their Infinity Vision tickets went on sale. I don't know that all, like, the more standard theaters have the tickets available yet for it. I think they, like, this was kind of launching their specific Infinity Vision, which is just using some of the higher end theaters, but not IMAX.
I was gonna raise my hand and be like, what is Infinity Vision? Because I honestly don't know.
And that's the issue, is nobody really knows. Like, Eric Voss went off on it a little bit, and he is much more knowledgeable about, like, the industry and everything, and he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like it's kind of the premium theaters, but not IMAX. So, like, the Dolby Atmos theaters, the ones that have the really high quality other elements. And it'll be interesting to see if it means anything in the long run.
As long as it's not the vibrating seats and stuff like that, right? Or things that, like, I get splashed, that's fine. I hate those. I don't want those seats. I don't want it to be exclusively in those kind of theaters.
But I mean, like, I got us tickets for opening night, the 18th, not for, like, the preview night. I don't know that I could have gotten tickets by the time I got tickets for December 17th. The theater for the 8 o'clock showing was 75 to 85% sold out.
Dang. What kind of seats we got? I didn't even ask.
So we're just off center, the row in front of the aisle.
Oh.
So, like, we're not all the way forward, but a little bit further forward than you really want to be.
Okay. So neck brace, maybe?
Nah, because they have the comfy chairs. So
okay,
you're short enough that it will support your head.
But I always like to rest my head on your shoulder.
I know. You're still short enough that my shoulder will still support your head just fine. Nothing's changed there.
Well, thank God.
So I'm curious. I wanted to look, but I didn't end up spending the time to look up anything here. But I wanted to look to see if I could figure out what the projected, like, just these initial sales were on tickets, because it's about $25 a ticket. Not too surprising for a massive movie opening. So you figure $25 a ticket, about 250 seats in the theater, 200 seats in the theater, 3 showings. You're looking at a decent amount from just a single theater that only had one screen, that was this Infinity Vision in the Twin Cities here. So how many different theaters will have this? A lot of
which
them
theater
will.
around here has? Is it
so,
the
like,
one we usually go to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why nobody knows exactly what the Infinity Vision is, because it seems to just be using normal theaters.
I think it just seems like they slapped a name on it. Be like, just
it's fancier than a normal theater, but it's not IMAX.
Right.
That's basically that's my understanding of it. We'll see if there's any difference in the long run. But yeah, so I'm curious, because I wouldn't be surprised if it's already sold 200,000, 250,000 plus.
Because it's just that night, right? It's just the 18th.
17th and 18th.
So, okay. But they're not doing any after that at this point. They're not doing
the Infinity Vision stuff?
Yeah.
Or just the sales?
Just sales. Like,
just sales.
I tried to get things for, like, the 19th or 20th, and it wasn't posted yet.
Yep.
Or they weren't allowed.
Yeah. So, like, it is just the first 2 nights.
Ooh, I wonder if we get some swag. That'd be sweet.
That would.
I do like my keychain from Fantastic Four. I gotta say, it's been kind of my favorite. Still use it.
And it is very sturdy too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the next one, just a little tidbit here. Daredevil Born Again Season 3 has wrapped filming.
Oh, good. I heard they're maybe even like not doing so much of the Defenders stuff as they. I heard they're leaning back a little bit on that.
I mean, that's what most of the pictures have been, is that, yes, there is Defenders
Yeah,
stuff in
not
there,
that there
but
isn't, but like they're not moving so forward with more Defender stuff. Like it,
yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me too much. I think they'd be more apt to spin stuff off for other characters if people are real excited for it, than continue to try and keep them all wrapped into Daredevil.
mm. Yes, I was thinking that they're just not gonna be doing the individual stuff. I mean, I have nothing to base that on. I
Yeah,
just was thinking they were gonna kind
I'm
of keep it contained inside Daredevil and not really
mhm.
venture out with like more Jessica Jones or Luke Cage, you
I'm
know.
okay. I guess, yeah, that's certainly, when you say Defenders, it makes me think of like, okay, like Daredevil is going to be really focused on the whole group dynamic now, and that's why I
Yeah,
was thinking spin-off. But
sure.
I think that they'll drop in for half a season storyline and then kind of fade back,
Yeah,
sort of thing, and not always be the super consistent one, like they're in everything.
right.
And then this one, I'll put I'll put these two together and just kind of let it lead into San Diego Comic-Con here, because I would expect that this is one of the announcements that they'll talk about at San Diego Comic-Con. First off, Hall H is happening on Saturday at 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Central, 8
PM.
o'clock,
Yeah.
yeah, PM. It's only an hour long, so not super long. No, they've done like an hour and a half before.
Oh, is it okay? I thought it was a little bit more than an hour, but yeah, could be.
It it could be. I don't know. Like, I don't know what time Hall H stuff wraps up, because I mean, let's look. See, 2026 Hall H schedule, scrolling. That doesn't help me at all. I just
But
want times,
doesn't
because
Marvel, they're the only ones at Hall H, right? Like that's their booking, or they're
no,
more
there's like,
after.
that's what I was looking up. So the Apple is before them.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
right. 'Cause Apple's got like Silo and
yeah, some other stuff.
some new stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Dark Matter.
yes.
Hopefully that's a better second season.
But that makes me maybe wonder a little bit if they wrap up around 6:30
Oh, like there's
or
nothing
so.
after them, so they
Right. So they
yeah.
could go a few minutes long, sort of thing, because I can't imagine you'd go much later.
Yeah, I was thinking it was an hour and a half that they had slotted, but I don't know what the past years have been, so
Most of those have
I
been
know
an
it's supposed
hour
to be
and a half.
shorter.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, it's probably more like an hour, maybe a little over.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be fast.
Mm-hmm. But it's not
Um,
going to be furious.
well played.
Thank you. Um, but the one that I think could get announced there, like it more officially, would be, according to Deadline, Michael Waldron, showrunner for Loki, and then Fantastic Four, First Steps, slated to produce a Nova movie.
Yeah. I don't. It feels a little bit early for that, but I know there was some news about this, like that
Yeah.
there was, but I don't feel like it's.
Is this going to be like when he was announced as the director for the Fantastic Four, where they'll do it at D23 and he'll just be sitting in the front row of the audience, stand up and wave and sit back down?
Hope not.
This feels like, to me, I wouldn't be shocked if this is one of the things they talk about at San Diego Comic-Con.
I mean, I could see them dropping a little bit about it. I just don't think it just doesn't feel like the big news that they would. If you're talking about like the big drop, would this be
No,
your big
this
drop? This is just kind of
no,
a little
this
sprinkle or
is one of
something?
the piece of news that I think it be likely that they'd talk about.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Where I could see it being like part of kind of the intro thing, where they have the Russos come out. The Russos are talking about like filming Secret Wars, uh, stuff like that. Then they uh, they call out Michael Waldron. He talks a little bit about Nova, and then you jump back into Doomsday, and they show the trailer. They show a little bit of extra footage of something, some sort, maybe an extended look at the Gambit Shang-Chi fight, something like that, for the audience. And I think that's kind of the safe bet for some of the stuff. But let's talk San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
What would be like, what do you think they're going to cover?
Um,
Because they don't have a trailer to premiere there anymore.
right. I think they're gonna, I would think some Doomsday. I feel like maybe what they would give, it's just kind of hard actually. I kind of agree with Nova, but at the same time, I don't know. It just seems a little bit premature for it. Ryan Reynolds and Deborah Allen Wool are going to be already there, so I don't think there's going to be any sort of Deadpool 4 announcement. I don't feel like,
No,
I mean, I think they'll maybe have him up on stage for something, but I
I
don't
think
know
they could
what.
announce that, oh, he's in Secret Wars or he's in Doomsday, but they just haven't announced him yet. I think it's more likely that we'll get Ryan Reynolds and maybe like a Hugh Jackman announcement of, hey, and we've kept it a secret, but now we're revealing it to you as kind of the big reveal here. They're also in Doomsday, maybe along, I mean, Halle Berry.
I could see maybe from Key Johnson.
Yeah,
But
like
honestly, I
like
could care less if Deadpool and Wolverine are in.
right, but
Like that's yeah, it's big
that would
for
pop
some
a
people.
crowd. Yep, especially if it's not just them. If they announce 4 to 6 before we didn't know they were going to be in their actors for Doomsday, yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah. I think also they would. I could see them actually maybe bringing out Sadie Sink.
Mhm. Now, that is interesting because, like, I'm pretty sure Sony has something for Spider-Man Brand New Day there. So,
Hmm. Can they do that kind of thing? Is that allowed
I mean, can
to
Sony,
cross? I mean,
yeah.
Marvel and Sony are kind of
So,
in this movie together.
yeah,
Uh,
it certainly is, but are they going to pull away from Sony's, like the
Oh,
Spider-Man Brand New Day thing to bring that into Hall H?
well, maybe
Like,
if they, I mean, if they're talking like X-Men stuff, like, hey,
right.
we've got some news around some characters that you're going to
Hmm.
see in the next X-Men Mutant Saga, and one of them, Sadie's there, so she comes, and then maybe we get the Cyclops, or we get,
We get a couple castings
yeah,
for X-Men
maybe
character.
right. I could see them who's going to be Xavier, who's going to be Magneto. That would be probably pretty huge, and it's kind of foundational in a sense, but
Mhm. I'm
um,
I
maybe
wouldn't
not
so
foundational. Maybe that's a little
yeah.
bit strong.
Well, I mean, I think it is very key, especially with Charles, that you have that established. But I mean, could it be maybe we get some if even if they don't have the actors there, we get like some test footage of an actor like reading for a character.
Could be. I was thinking if they're going to show anything that's going to be like specific to the audience there, that's, unique and special for those that are
Mhm.
there, it would be maybe they show some of the footage from Endgame that they are putting in.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
certainly a possibility that like maybe they show the scene at the start.
yeah, one of
Something like
the,
that.
a minute of the 7 minutes that are
Yeah.
being added or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but I think I think not fan casting, but some casting. I think a couple X-Men characters could be announced. Who else do
Yeah.
I
Well,
have?
that's why I think like potentially at the very end where Feige, which is just like, oh, and we have one more thing for you. He swaps his hats. So he's not wearing a Doomsday hat anymore. He's wearing an X-Men logo hat. And instead of pulling people on stage, they just show some of that test footage sort of stuff. So as an audience, you're popping big for everything, but it's not like it's not a Blade again. You're not having Mahershala Ali walk out on stage for basically nothing at the end of your time and then walk off stage. There's no one
Yeah,
for him to interact with.
yeah. Speaking of hats, so
Hmm.
I think it was on New Rockstars they were talking about what hat is Feige gonna
Yeah.
wear. So I thought this would be a fun little game.
Doomsday.
Uh, you think Doomsday, like, is it going to be the A, like green hat with the A for like Avengers, how they have Avengers Doomsday / New Avengers logo on there?
Um,
Or is it going to be more of a Victor Von Doom mask?
I think a mask. That's where I lean.
Okay.
How
No
about you,
other
Greg?
movie.
I don't
What?
think I was going to
Oh,
say, what do you think?
oh,
But no, I don't think it's going to be another movie unless he does something like pulls out an X-Men hat at the end.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's got to be something initially that we know about. So it's going to be a mutant hat, or it's going to be, would he do a
I don't think
Spider-Man? He wouldn't do a Spider-Man.
he
That's
might do a Spider-Man hat, but again, there's a separate Spider-Man one, I believe.
right.
So this one's going to be really Doomsday focused. So I think it's coming out with a Doomsday hat, whether it's Doom's mask or that Avengers A in the green, something like that.
I also think are they gonna hint at that movie's position, that kind of mystery slot that had opened up for a while there, which we were thinking maybe Doctor Strange 3 or
I mean, all the latest rumors about that have just been like, there's not anything in there.
and you okay, so then would you feel like San Diego Comic-Con is a better place or D20 D23 24 26 whatever it is
I mean,
D26
you
D26
be
in Greg's world
yes,
for no, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Fishing Quest.
No, oh yeah, we got Vision Quest too, but
Yeah, all
no,
the
that's not what it
all the show
was.
stuff's going to be D23. I
Yeah,
put money on that.
to kind of switch it out and maybe be like a different movie, like he'll flip the cap. I'm sorry. Do you think that not that's not what the question was? The decision on maybe a second Secret Wars. Like, do you feel that they could?
He has said, Kevin Feige has said recently in interviews that no, they're not splitting into two.
Mm,
I'm fairly confident on that. I don't think they want to extend the multiverse saga. I think they kind of want to wrap it up and have it be
mm,
this really great celebration of some of these characters, some of the multiverse that we've had with the different, well, with the original X-Men and those characters, and have it then be an exciting moment and celebration of moving forward into New Mutants.
then what if it's like a hat displaying the first like mutant movie, like the first thing to come out after Secret Wars? Do you
I
think
mean,
that
that's
feels
where,
more like a D23?
no, that feels San Diego Comic-Con.
Really?
Yes.
Mm,
If you're going to do something, because you're most likely going to be talking X-Men here, like a full-on X-Men movie as your first mutant, like true mutant thing. There might be hints and introductions of mutants, like if they do Black Panther 3 prior to the X-Men movie. Yeah, I won't be surprised if Black Panther 3 has a mutant or two in it.
well, Nemours in
But
it, but yeah.
yeah, besides Namor.
Hmm.
But I don't think that I don't think we're gonna get a Rogue and Gambit movie as much as I want there to be one, like as the first mutant movie or anything like that. I think they are going to stick closer to what you would expect here and do an X-Men movie first, and we'll probably have an X-Men team that's pretty small, and then they'll introduce other characters through their own movies and bring them into the X-Men fold.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to talk much about Secret Wars?
Um, I probably not a ton. I would say they're
Yeah.
gonna with an hour. I feel like they're gonna want to focus more in present time, and also there were some. I don't know. I think they want to kind of have a little bit of room to breathe, and they don't want
hmm
to solidify too much on that.
Yeah. I'm not
So
sure when that is starting filming. It might have.
I feel like it already did.
I think it maybe already did at least some of that principal work. So maybe the Russos aren't there, and maybe the Secret Wars talk, like you have Doomsday, you have some different actors, you introduce like, oh hey, here are a few more actors who are actually in Doomsday, and then you have the Russos do a little video of like, hey, we're on the set of Secret Wars, etc. And yeah, that's kind of
Uh,
your tease.
yeah. My Gemini answer for that is in August is when Secret
Okay.
Wars starts filming. but Principles Photography, anyways. That is, again, it's a Facebook page, so take that with a AI grain of salt.
I mean, that would make sense that like you'd probably start filming around now, getting the bulk of what you want done about a year and a half out, a little bit under from the movie. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Do you feel like overall, like the San Diego Comic-Con is going to be like popping? Like it's going to have like, or is it going to be kind of a dud like D23 was a couple years back and what 2022 San Diego Comic-Con was okay?
San Diego, yeah, 2022, I think we had high hopes for it, but that one was just mainly, hey, Black Panther 3 or Black Panther 2.
Yeah, it
And
just kind of fell
I
flat.
think, yeah, I think that, I mean, they weren't even at San Diego Comic-Con last year.
Right.
I think this is going to be a little bit more like 2 years ago.
What happened 2 years ago
So 2 years ago,
in
I mean, was
2002?
yeah, in 2002, before these movies even came out, they announced. Now that was the RDJ year.
Oh,
Obviously,
okay.
that was a huge pop, but if I remember correctly, they also did a whole bunch of, or was that
F4. That's
yeah,
Fantastic Four
Fast
stuff.
Four.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be kind of the formula that I'm looking for here of okay, the first one is or like the vast majority of this is just going to be celebrating Doomsday, getting people excited for that.
Mhm.
Um and then at the end we're going to have a handful of minutes of like the last 10 minutes are going to be where all the cool things or like crazy things are
Right.
happen.
Doom, maybe get to see full Doom suit.
Yeah. Full Doom suit. I mean, I guess Tom Holland, Mark Ruffalo, Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, all coming out on stage being like, hey, we're in Doomsday too. Not Doomsday, the second one, but
Not to be confused. Yeah. It's not funny if you have to explain it. Yeah, I just I hope it's kind of something that give us
I think
something to talk about for a while. That's interesting. Because I mean they took last year off. You kind of have to come back strong, I feel like. Otherwise,
hmm
I don't
Do you
know.
think they're going to announce any movies? Like, do you think Kevin Feige could come out and say, like, okay, in 2028, we're getting Black Panther 3 and X-Men. And in 2029, we're getting Shang-Chi 2 and something
Yeah.
else.
It's got to be a pretty good balance of like they can give a year and maybe even a like a spring,
Yeah,
summer, fall,
I was
whatever.
very intentional about my wording there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Otherwise, they could really they could get to themselves into a little bit of a corner,
yeah,
possibly.
they could go back to where they were.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if they want to like
I don't think
say. I don't know if are they ready to say that. Do they really want to anymore? I feel like they just got burned so bad that.
like Eric Voss made a comment about like, oh, Kevin Feige seems to like stuff like this. I don't know that it was Kevin Feige. I think it was Bob Chapek who really pushed for that big phase timeline
Oh yeah.
reveal. I think Kevin Feige probably likes his planned out timelines and he has them in his office with 18 levels of security on it. But
Hmm.
he's probably always moving, like, he's probably moving stuff around every month of
Right.
like, okay, no, I don't like where we have this story yet, so I want to continue pursuing it. Let's push it off down on the timeline, but we're getting good progress on this. Let's move this forward, see if this fits,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah. I feel like a safe bet for him would be mentioning something with Black Panther. I think that's a
Yeah.
safe bet. Even
hmm
obviously some a mutant thing too, but
Yeah.
even Shang-Chi, I'm just like, I don't know how they that could be, but
I think like the three I said very specifically because I'm like those are the safest by far to say.
yeah,
And we
for
all
sure.
kind of know about them.
Right.
Um, like, would there be an announcement of like what movie announcement? Say he lists off two for 2028 and then two for 2029. What would be the movie character, whatever, that would get you the most excited?
Hmm. I mean, X-Men, I think
besides the safe ones.
Besides the safe ones?
Right. So let's say we have the four safe ones that we kind of know. Nova with the Michael Waldron news, that seems like it's probably going to be a thing. Shang-Chi, they've talked about it recently. Destin Daniel Cretton has talked about it. X-Men, Jake Schreier's attached to it, and Ryan Coogler has been talking Black Panther 3. So besides those four that have been showing up, what would be the one where you'd be like, oh man, I can't believe they announced it, but I'm so excited.
Ooh. Not gonna say Thor.
Thor 5.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift. Oh, that was Thor 3.
Loki Drift.
Be Lokio Drift, Greg.
Lokio Drift. Yeah. See, now you got it. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna say maybe a Scarlet Witch.
Ooh, yeah, that is a real good answer. And I feel like that's something that could be announced
Mm-hmm.
too. Like it doesn't feel too far out of the realm of possibility. But man, if that is announced, the place would go nuts.
I
Even if they don't say when, then if Feige's just like, and we're starting work finding a director for a great script that we have in hand for a movie for the return of the Scarlet Witch.
see. I think that it'd be even something where this is one of the guests that come out, and to introduce this new,
Yeah.
film. Why don't we bring her out so she can tell you herself, and then bring out Elizabeth Olsen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Bring out Elizabeth Olsen. If she is pregnant currently, I believe.
oh really?
I think so. So if you're like, okay,
Didn't tell me.
she doesn't want to do that, you bring out Catherine Hahn to announce it.
Yeah.
Would
Oh,
get the same pop.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like I'd probably be excited about Young Avengers
Hmm.
if they did something like that, or the Champions.
Yeah. Children's Crusade. If
Yeah,
they just announced a Children's Crusade movie
yeah. But I think that's maybe there's talk about that already being incorporated a little bit, maybe.
into Secret Wars potentially, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stick with that answer.
Mhm.
I don't know if I have a better one than that, honestly. How about you?
Um, yeah, I was trying to come up with a good one as well for that
Maybe it's time for some Hulk?
World War Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
That'd get people to pop. It would maybe telegraph a little bit of where Hulk is in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, yes, it is. But we maybe kind of have that already.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, see if I can remember it now. I had it, lost it. Oh, Midnight Suns.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I could get pretty hyped about that. I like that.
Hmm. I mean, what that would be another kind of cool thing of like, I gonna bring out a guest to give an update on their character in the MCU, and Mahershala Ali comes out and it's like, you'll see me in Midnight Suns in 2028.
It'd almost be a dangerous thing. Like I feel like I don't know.
I, it's
It's
so
ballsy. I'll say that.
it's ballsy and it is so weird because again, like we kind of know how everything has gone down, how they had a script that they like a period piece script that they were ready to go with and in fact had started doing some costuming for. And then Ryan Coogler's like, hey, I'm doing Sinners. And they're like,
Hmm.
okay, we're not going to step on your toes. And if I remember correctly, some of the costuming that they had been doing ended up in Sinners.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
this is clearly there's such a good working relationship between Ryan Coogler and Kevin Feige and wanting to maintain that. I 100% get that. It just put Mahershala Ali, it put the whole Blade project in a really weird spot, and it has it has put the fans. I'm gonna say it has put the fans and the fans who maybe don't pay as close attention or just see the headlines in a spot where we're getting a lot of really weird reactions to stuff. It's like, oh, Mahershala Ali is mad because Marvel canceled the project. Well, no, if you look at the articles, that really has never been anything that's been talked about. Um, it's there's just this there's a lot of information that has been out there for this that yeah, it'd be real ballsy.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
You gotta be pretty much fully 100% committed to something.
Yeah. Well,
In order to pull him out on the stage again
mhm,
and to say that, like if you don't deliver with that, that is
yeah.
egg on your face for a very long time.
Mhm. Well, and I don't think that they would pull, I don't think they would do that if they weren't really confident that they had something ready to start filming for that
Yeah,
time
for
frame.
sure. Yeah.
And I think you could soften that and make it a little bit less, I don't know, weird fan reaction-y if you were to bring out other actors along with Mahershala Ali. Like if you brought out the Elsa Bloodstone actor, Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight. If you brought out uh, like those three other actors with Mahershala Ali, then I think that would, I think people wouldn't make those comments.
Yeah, I dilute it a little bit, I would say.
Mhm.
Um,
It and it also shows kind of how serious you are about it because you have four people out here.
yeah, true. It also, yeah, you're right. It could improve the situation by adding in the other actors, and it's not just Mahershala Ali out there. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's
What else we
talk
got?
X-Men 97 before we wrap up with the Doomsday trailer here. X-Men
Okay.
97 Rise of Apocalypse Part 2. This one came out a couple weeks ago, well, week and a half ago. And then the Weapon X episode. I just keep on referring to it as the Weapon X episode because I don't remember the actual title of the episode.
Something lies and videotape.
Oh yeah. Weapon
X-Men
X
li Weapon X
Weapon
lies
X
in
lies in videotape. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
There we are. Thank you.
Yeah.
Non-spoiler thoughts here first, Greg, on these two episodes.
Um I
Or do you want me to go first?
I guess not. I don't really have much to say about it. I guess I'm so overwhelmed by the other topics and like news that's come out. I've almost forgot. Um
That
so
is
far,
almost fair.
yeah. See, I remember because I just watched Weapon X lies in videotape. What was the one before it? What the heck
Rise of
happened? Oh,
Apocalypse Part 2. Like, big things
Magneto.
happened in that
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
Greg. Don't talk about this. We're done in spoilers yet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Good episodes. Two very different episodes.
It This felt like the first season
Hmm.
where we had the
Mojo.
Mojo episode kind of thrown in there.
Yeah, and what there's 8 or 9 of this season,
Nine, I believe.
so we're over halfway through it. Yeah, it's
Or
definitely
at the half
well,
point, yeah.
yeah. So, that second apocalypse, the part 2 or whatever it was,
Yeah.
very good. Actually, it was really good. It was a really
Yeah.
good episode.
That was a very good episode.
Yeah, it was solid. Again, I can't remember if I said this before or what, but I think that I was expecting it to last a little bit longer. You know, that part of the story to kind of be extended a little bit more throughout the season, but it kind of got wrapped. I guess for the where they are in time, it kind of got wrapped up. The story
Yeah.
continues though, but in a different time period. So. I was kind of disappointed in that, but the episode itself were good. The Wolverine episode was a lot of fun. I really liked what they're doing with Morph. I should say more of it was a Morph episode, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, and fun characters in there. Lots of good action. Love the how it kind of paid tribute to John Carpenter, right? Um,
Hmm.
so a unique one-off episode that was fun, interesting. I hope it kind of comes back around with some of that story to make some sense as to why it was so
I'm gonna
isolated.
s- I'm gonna say there was uh, one very particular reason for that episode, and I don't think it's gonna come back around as much. I think Morph may mention stuff to Wolverine
Hmm.
about it again, but I don't think it's gonna come back to play.
Yeah. So I'm liking it. I mean, I'm enjoying it.
Mhm.
I
I thought right. So my non-spoiler thoughts, Rise of Apocalypse Part 2 was a really good episode, like a strong episode. And then, yeah, Weapon X lies and videotapes just felt a little bit, I mean, it felt like the Mojo episode, just kind of out of place compared to everything else. It had its one very specific goal, and it did it, but did it need to be a whole episode?
well, it was such a weird jump.
Yeah.
I guess let's move right into
Let's
spoilers,
move to
shall we?
spoilers. Yeah. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers for X-Men 97. You have been warned. Spoilers.
Yep, 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 yep. Okay.
Weirdest spoiler sound? Yes.
Yep, yep,
Yet.
yep, yep. Trying to change it up. It definitely like all of a sudden Wolverine, like there was there was a little bit of there was a post-credit scene at the end of that second Apocalypse one.
Hmm.
Like he was back and all of a sudden he's just on this mission,
Yeah.
right? It was just kind of abrupt.
Yeah. Like we got to
So
see him in the post-credit scene with Nat and Cap.
Cap, yep.
And then it was just like, okay, now he's off on a mission. And the mission is purely like, it's okay, let's go back to Weapon X. The Brood has taken over,
Yeah.
which
I mean,
was wild, but fun. Like it's big, it's comic booky, everything like that. But this was purely they talk about it in the beginning, where it's like, or when they find some research of like, oh, the Brood can't like live with adamantium. So like was just purely
convenient.
we've had enough bone Wolverine. Let's get him his adamantium back.
Yeah. It just was so abrupt. And like how
Yeah, convenient is exactly the right word.
Yeah. So I didn't like that part about it, but I did enjoy the episode.
Yeah.
And, for what this show is supposed to be, you just kind of roll with it. Um, I don't know. I guess I liked it. It didn't, for me right away, I didn't see the connection to the Thing, only because I just wasn't really looking for it. To John Carpenter's The Thing. I just wasn't, my brain wasn't there. I mean, I could sense there was something that was like, it seems like I've seen this before. But after I think I watched some spoiler videos or whatever on it, I was like, oh, duh, obvious, it's right there. So that made it kind of fun. I thought that was an interesting way to go about it and interesting way to tell the story. So
Yeah, I think it's a good way, like, to lean into that horror element of it that worked well.
yeah.
It's an episode that makes you kind of remember that, well, this is clearly targeted for fans of the X-Men 90s show. This is still following some of that. This is a animated kids show
Mhm.
formula. Now that like Weapon X Lies and Videotapes is not a kid episode.
The Brood are pretty
Yeah,
gnarly.
yeah.
So
But it's following a pattern that you would expect from a kid's show. So
yeah. Yep. I'm still looking forward to more episodes.
mhm. Forget what the next one is.
Is it the what we think is the Gambit one?
No, that's
Is that the last one?
penultimate, second to last.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, it's not Dead Man's Hand. It's
let's see.
Danger.exe. So this should be the Danger
Oh,
Room
yeah. Yep.
episode.
Kind of looking
So
forward to
that,
this one,
yeah, it should be good.
which I'm assuming will it'll pull back into the regular story with the others instead of being this solo thing. Yeah, I'm interested. So I'm interested to see what they do with Morphin and Wolverine at this point and how they address what seems to be some feelings that Morph has got. I don't know if they're going to really go super far and heavy into it, but I think maybe it'll come
No.
back around and it'll have a little bit of resolve, or at least a little bit of there's now this tension between them, right? And
Mhm.
that's just how it's going to carry forward for a while. Maybe it gets more in season 3. But as far as I'm excited to see where they go with the Danger Room stuff and
Mhm.
Danger character and
Yeah.
where that starts going haywire and how it's going to tie in. So
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And then we should talk about Rise of Apocalypse Part 2, because that did have a very big moment
oh sure,
of,
yeah,
yeah, no Magneto.
it's just crazy.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean,
super
if you want to establish a threat,
kill Magneto, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I'm assuming he'll come back,
I'm assuming, yeah, we'll get a reset of some sort somehow.
but I would think maybe we're not going to see any Magneto until last episode at this point.
Yeah,
Like he's done. So
I think no Magneto till last episode, and Magneto will not play a major role in the final episode either.
yeah.
Like, we'll
Uh,
just be like, okay, things have been undone. Or, I mean, there's some thoughts that Gambit's going to be in one of the Four Horsemen in the
Mhm.
modern time? What if Magneto somehow brings back, or not Magneto, Apocalypse somehow brings back Magneto as another one of the Horsemen?
Yeah. Right as you were saying that, or thinking, kind of like leading to that, I was like, oh yeah, I know where he's going. That's kind of a way to do it. Sure, that's
Mhm.
interesting. And ooh, that's quite a formidable foe there that you'd have. Or does he just get a different power set? No, they keep the same power set, right? As their
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's more of a threat, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
hopefully,
and
go ahead.
I was gonna say, and it makes it so that when they get Gambit back, which I'm assuming he's not gonna be like dead again at the end of this season, that they can choose a couple other characters who have maybe died to get them back too.
Hmm.
They're doing it in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I think we should drop out of spoilers here now and go on to the Doomsday trailer because
Oh,
we haven't touched it yet.
yeah. Okay. So much to talk about. Okay.
Yeah, they gave us so much this week. Well, and
Uh,
San Diego Comic-Con coming up too.
yeah.
First
All right.
off,
Yeah.
what did you think of RDJ's accent?
It was good.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Like I wasn't thinking, oh, that sounds like RDJ. I was
Hmm.
listening hard for it too. I was trying to like hear him inside the
Hmm.
voice,
Yeah.
and I
But
couldn't.
like the first time I listened to it, and no, that was on a phone, um, and I was getting the volume up while he was talking. I was like, is that Nightcrawler?
Mm, yeah.
Because again, that accent, but the second time around it was like, no, it's not Nightcrawler, it's different, so it has to be Doom. But I really liked it too, because it's not too much, but it's not like Tony Stark doing a Slavic accent.
Right.
It's Robert Downey Jr. doing a Slavic accent, and it's kind of hard to tell that it's Robert Downey Jr. even.
Yeah.
Like it,
I
well
wonder if
done.
my feelings will change on the accent once I see Robert saying it. Like if it,
And
I wonder how it's going to come across then. I don't know. I mean, if we see, maybe we don't ever in Doomsday see his face. I don't really know, but I'm just wondering if,
I
like, if it's different when
yeah.
you see him talking versus just the audio.
Yeah. I wonder, like, RDJ is so successful at this point with the Iron Man movies, Oppenheimer,
Doolittle.
yeah, especially Doolittle. But
Just kidding.
no, I was like, my thought process is just, does he care if he's out of the mask? Everybody knows it's RDJ. I think that was one of the questions and concerns people had all the time was like, well, he's such a big name. He's not going to want to be in a mask the whole time. Like, it's kind of, they kept on finding ways for Pedro Pascal to take off his mask in The Mandalorian season two. It's like, I I don't know that RDJ cares.
Yeah, I think that RDJ is more committed to the role than he is to, it's
RDJ?
not, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's not, I don't think he's that arrogant for the, like maybe he's arrogant in general, but who knows? But I don't feel like for this role, that's a concern for him. It's not in his
Hmm.
contract, like my face must be on screen at least 25% of the time or something like that. I just don't see that as the case. Because from what I've read and understand, like he's pretty committed to this, and he's really tried to improve the movie or to make this the best possible experience for
Hmm.
the fans. So
Yeah. He seems like, I mean, you don't show up necessarily to as many Comic Cons and events that he has if you don't like really appreciate the fans. Obviously, you really appreciate the money.
mhm.
And that's what's getting you to move to these movies and do them all the time. But this is clearly not somebody who's like, ugh, can't believe I'm doing another Marvel movie. If they
Right.
weren't throwing $50 million at me to do this movie, I wouldn't even consider doing a superhero movie. They're pure trash.
From what I've again read or heard, that Marvel does a pretty good job of making it fun on set, and that
Yeah.
actors enjoy an atmosphere where they can be creative and they don't feel belittled. And I think that maybe happens on those Marvel sets.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's generally seems to be the case, and which is impressive. But I think that's kind of where Kevin Feige's background is like, look, let's make something great. Let's make sure the experience is great for the talent so that they can give their best performance. Like,
Yeah.
Marvel might not be the best spot to work as a director all the time,
Right.
from what we've heard. Mainly, not that it's bad or mean to the directors. It's just a tougher spot to work because you have to worry about continuity. And Kevin Feige, like, you don't have to, as the director, you don't maybe have to worry about it quite as much. But Kevin Feige's coming in and going like, you have access to this character. Sorry, I can't give you that character. Can we swap that out? This isn't going to make sense in where the whole picture is going, but you're kind of working on this in the dark, so I'm just going to tell you have to change it.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Right.
Which would be real tough.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt about that. But also a little bit the nature of the beast.
And you need to shoot this for Infinity Vision. This Infinity Vision camera. Can you do that? I'm making that
It
up.
doesn't even, yeah. Yeah. So, beyond that, what do you want to talk about in the trailer?
So right off the bat, we had that large blast in Xavier's face, really, like Xavier seeing
Mhm.
something out the window.
Is
People
it
are
a
kind of calling it
blast?
it looks like an explosion, like a fire.
Yeah, I
So
was wondering if
some,
it's like I lean incursion as well, but are you
yeah,
thinking not an incursion?
I don't know.
Sentinels?
Maybe it just, to me, incursion from what Doctor Strange showed us, it's kind of like this weird melding, and it's not
Like
all of
melting
a
of the
sudden.
universe, yeah.
Yeah, like you see thing like other universes coming into yours, but this is more of a large ball of fire almost.
Hmm.
So a sentinel thing is possible. I thought, unless it's the very point
And
of an
or
incursion where it's like going to explode and just the planets are completely colliding with one.
Mhm.
Um,
Which I kind of wonder if we're going to see that. Wonder if we're going to see like different types of incursions because like the Doctor Strange incursion from What If, where basically like the whole universe just kind of drifts away, or and that seems to more be messing with fixed points
yeah,
sort of thing. Whereas I wonder if Doom maybe has a way that he is accelerating this by putting actual universes on a collision course more so.
yeah.
Who
To me,
knows?
I like the Sentinels idea. To me, in that scene.
Hmm.
I I feel like that is, to me, that just seems more right, likely. So, um, otherwise, that aside, okay, is it me or maybe I'm seeing things or just projecting what I want to see, but did Magneto have an M over his eye?
Um,
I don't, I looked back at it, it kind of looked like there was some bruising there or something like a scratch or maybe I don't know. It was kind of hard to see because it was quick and the angle wasn't really there, but I just wonder if anybody else picked up on that.
not
So it
that I
was
remember.
okay. It could just be
Um,
me.
yeah, this feels like a Greg thing.
It's probably a Greg thing. Um, I really liked the Shang-Chi and Gambit little
Yeah,
action sequence that they did there. That got me pretty excited. Not only just to see Shang-Chi on the screen again, but also just seeing Gambit doing his thing with the staff.
yeah,
It's great. The overall trailer I thought it's good. There's nothing I didn't like about it. Excited for it, more excited for it now. I was shocked it came out today. Like I heard that it was coming out, but I guess I just
yeah.
why
It,
why why today
why
and not why not at San Diego Comic-Con?
it's I there is one good reason for it, and that is that Marvel will be what's talked about leading up to San Diego Comic-Con.
So it's kind
Like
of like,
that
yeah,
they've taken hold of the week.
yeah.
And I don't think there is anything that I can think of that would pry it away because we've
Uh,
already had. Was there already a Dune trailer? I think, or something.
um, maybe.
And yeah, there's nothing else that big.
I mean, Spider-Man, but
Spider-Man, but it's the same. Like we're almost too close to Spider-Man to have a major difference made, and it's under the same umbrella. So Marvel has taken control of the week. It makes sense for that.
yeah.
It's a pretty good way to really launch this Infinity Vision, whatever that is. Like, we're joking about it, but if every theater that was available right now is just the Infinity Vision ones. I realistically think they've sold 150 to 200 million in tickets
Oh, I'm
for
sure
whatever
like
this gimmick is.
if you would have released tickets, I don't know why they would, but if you would have released tickets today, shown the trailer a week from now or 5 days from now, I don't think it would have hit as much. I think well, you would eventually get more ticket sales, I think, but I think doing them simultaneously, yeah, I'm sure there's websites that probably maybe I had a hard time processing
Oh yeah,
the
I
orders,
know
right? And I wonder if they
Fandango.
were, yeah, I wonder if Fandango was ready for that. Were they informed?
Oh
Because
yeah,
those
they were
poor IT
informed.
guys.
Yeah, they were informed. AMC had their queue in place, ready to go. Like you loaded up AMC's website and it just stuck you in the queue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like
That's true. That's true.
these
So
places knew it was coming.
I can't believe it didn't get leaked.
I mean, they actually hinted at it yesterday that this was coming.
Yeah.
I missed it, but the Fantastic Four thing that is still going on, like on X, they still put out at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time about family dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was different.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't hear this.
yeah, I didn't see it, but yeah, it's like that was kind of the hint. And I love the fact that they're still doing that, but also then using it. Yeah. Yeah. So it cuts to black, and then it's just, how long do we have? Not long.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah, it's
How
an
did I miss this?
extra 6 seconds of footage
Okay. Why don't we cover this in the news? This is exciting. Even though it's
because
already
we're
passed.
well, also because we're covering it now. It's specific to like it's kind of how I wrapped all San Diego Comic-Con news into one thing.
Okay, that was super
Yeah.
loud. Did you hear that? I started playing the video.
No, no, I did not
Okay.
hear it, Greg.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was the hint that it was coming.
Oh,
But
okay. I just saw it. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
but the issue is not the issue, but that was 6 p.m. Central Time. The trailer dropped at 7 a.m. or no, 8 a.m. Central Time. I think it was 7 a.m. Central Time. Yeah, had to have been.
Yeah.
So that was
Oh, that's
13
cool.
hours. Yeah.
Hmm.
If I didn't, like, I wasn't on. So, like, I wasn't looking at Facebook to see all the speculation that might have been out there on that.
Yeah. Huh.
I, but I like the stealth drop. I like the fact they dropped it for everybody. You are right. That Shang-Chi Gambit fight looks cool. And I think they're going to have some fun with that. I'm
Yep.
assuming that's kind of the introduction, like their world and the main MCU are on a collision course, and that's the first time the Avengers are meeting the X-Men.
Yeah. So it's either the Avengers are going there to recruit or going there kill
I,
off the most like likely
I
threat
think,
that would come from
yeah,
that Earth.
I think that they think that it's a threat. Maybe they've been able to identify the violence, like the Sentinels
I like that
attacking
it's a threat. Yeah. I like that it's a
there.
threat more than like a hey, let's try and come together. I feel like there's more tension, which I just think makes a better story. But
Hmm. Well, and I think too, then it makes sense why they're fighting, and immediately turns into okay, well, you're fighting, but then they realize, oh, we probably shouldn't be.
right. They somehow there's a human moment that happens, I think, and
Yeah.
maybe Xavier comes rolling in and kind of starts speaking to the Avengers.
Hmm.
Um, that scene's going to be really cool, I think.
Yeah.
I'm also, oh, do you have anything else on that scene? I was going to switch
None of
to
that scene, so switch away.
Thor and Doom. I'm trying to figure out where that fight is occurring. I'm curious to
Hmm.
know. I feel like are there Doombots laying around, or are those like Sentinels in the background? Is this a forested area it's got a statue? I don't know what statue that was. I couldn't make it
Hmm.
out. I yeah,
There's a lot.
there's a lot there, and very cool how two fingers stop,
Yeah,
on Thor there. That was awesome.
that they were talking about it, and that just shows, like, if we want to show the threat level there. It's very much okay, Thor was able to get Stormbreaker through, and I mean, he decapitated Thanos at one point,
Mm-hmm.
but in the middle of a battle is able to plant it in Thanos's chest. This is a battle going on. Doom uses two fingers to stop it.
Yeah. And which brings that overdubbed kind of call to action
Yeah.
that Thor does, right? I'm trying to figure out whether this is me trying to piece the movie together, right? Trying to figure out, is that him talking to Steve about how all these other people have died, and like he's explaining to him what's going on after they meet, right? Which is another pretty sweet scene. Or is it kind of in that ship or back in the Avengers Tower? I don't know if he was in that
I
scene or not.
I think it's going to be a bigger group than just Steve.
Because I was thinking, like, because he talks about all these people, like they all died, or they, and
Yeah.
like
But he
what?
refers to it as better people have died. So I don't think he would be saying that to Steve. He holds Steve in a high regard. But if he's talking to the Thunderbolts, then
Yeah,
yeah. He's like, you're not like I've been doing this for a while. Like, you guys aren't at the level of Tony Stark. You aren't at the level of Steve Rogers.
yeah,
And we beat Thanos, a lesser threat, but it could also be referring to Asgardians as well.
yeah. It just to me, it seemed like he was talking about a very large group that he has lost, that he has fought with.
Good.
Um,
That makes me think Asgardians.
I'll be curious to see if it ends up his conversation with Steve. So, and
Yeah.
where that falls into place. I don't know.
Mhm.
Usually
It,
this stuff is all in the first,
yeah.
what, 15, 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I would
So,
say 30 minutes, maybe 45 of this movie.
yeah.
But I, yeah, I think just with the wording of how he refers to it as better people than you, to me, that rules out being a direct conversation with Steve.
Okay. We'll see.
Yeah,
Um,
we will.
we will, as we always do.
In too long, like 4.5 months.
Yeah. But we got tickets. There we
We
go.
got tickets. Yeah. Um, so this was also basically the footage, the trailer that they showed at CinemaCon.
Yep.
There was new added to it though.
Was there?
Yep. Gonna see if Greg can figure
Oh,
it out. No, I probably don't remember everything. Loki
uh,
was not in the trailer
oh,
at first CinemaCon at all. So we see
yeah.
Loki in his TVA uniform and Loki's ID being held in the hand of somebody with a wedding ring.
So, yeah, this is weird. I couldn't figure this part out. Like, I know they be extending out some of the situation how it played out when Loki took the test track before he got slapped by Hunter B13, 15, Hunter.
B13,
Yeah. Is it
Hunter
somewhere in that time?
B52.
Hunter B52s. Or is it like, has he been, he's not sitting at the,
Yeah,
on
he's not.
his throne anymore. So I'm trying to think
Mhm.
where and
I
when is this?
This to me could be one of those scenes that's maybe a little bit later on in the movie, but and that we won't get any more context for throughout the rest of the trailers. But I wonder if it could be showing, or maybe I could actually be at the start of the movie too, if there have been enough incursions that have already occurred. Like Loki doesn't, like so many of the branches have been pruned by incursions, like somebody is forcibly causing these, that he has to leave his spot and is stepping off to try and figure out what's happening here.
Or does he get his powers drained to Doom take his powers?
Yeah,
And now he's trying
possibility.
to go get help wherever he can, which would be from somebody with a wedding band on, which is again probably Steve.
hmm But it's
Uh,
also
or it's
just, I was going to say though, it's also, he's handing him this. If I remember correctly, it kind of looks like it could be on a lanyard.
yeah,
And if that's the case, then it's not on a lanyard in Steve's hand, if it is Steve. So has something happened to Loki?
right.
Like, is this being found? Does this go back to the idea that maybe Doom is targeting kids of people that Loki cares about to draw him out, and then he snatches Loki?
I don't know, man. This is
This trailer gives us nothing. This trailer barely adds to what they already showed in
mhm.
the short little teaser trailers that they did.
Right.
And I love that.
Right. Agreed. This is where I'm like, okay, maybe one more trailer, and then I'm good.
Mhm.
But we got
We're going to get 2 more
6 more
trailers, I
months.
think.
Yeah, 7 more months yet. 7,
Craig,
no, 5.
your math is real bad.
12 months to go.
Mhm. It literally tells you at the end of the trailer how long it is until Doomsday. Greg, can't pay attention to that.
I skipped that part.
It's 4 months,
rewound.
just over 4 months, so
Yeah.
or just under 5 months, I mean. So
Oh, Mr. I know all time and space, and I
Mhm.
can tell time.
Mhm. Hey, I'm trying to remember it off of a trailer that I watched this morning.
Uh,
I'm doing better than you.
I don't know. I don't know if I have anything else after that.
That's a lot of it.
That's a lot of podcasting we just did there.
Mm-hmm. Let us know your thoughts on the Doomsday trailer. Honestly, next week's podcast I think is going to be an interesting one. We'll have the next episode of X-Men 97, but also then whatever comes out of San Diego Comic-Con. And if you want to know what is coming out of San Diego Comic-Con, to plug New Rock Stars here, they're doing a live panel thing where they'll be reacting to stuff.
Yep.
If Voss and Jessica Clemens are going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, so anything that like they send over or like they pull off of X, they'll show. Also, check out our Facebook page. Facebook is where I will be putting up all the updates, which I will be getting while I sit around and watch the New Rockstars video. But you know what, Greg? I am real excited for that.
I bet. That sounds fun. I'm looking forward to getting your text.
Yep, that will be happening. Greg, you could join me. We could do a live reaction to the New Rockstars live stream. That seems like way too much work.
That does seem like a lot.
Actually, it wouldn't be much work, but
commentating on their commentating.
Or even just
regurgitated.
Yeah, I was going to say more.
Eric said this, and then Jess said this.
Well, they're not even going to be on there. Remember, they're at San Diego Comic-Con, so it's
right. They'll be tweeting, or they'll be
it will be the other folks at New Rockstars.
And
Brandon, is he back?
No, I wish he's come back here and there, but I think it's going to be. I heard Zach. Is that?
Oh yeah, Zach. Yep, Berg, Zach, and a couple.
Where's Zach been? I feel like he's been gone. Huh. Anyways,
yeah, but that'll be fun to do and see. And most likely, if there's anything big, definitely check out the 10-Minute Marvel YouTube channel as well, because most likely I will put up a video that night if there's something video worthy. So with that, again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast. This is a long episode, but it's also an episode with 3 main topics that could have been like main topics by themselves, and we rushed through them pretty quickly considering everything. So with that, we will see you next time.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.